Greetings. Let's go over using the mobile builder here. Keep in mind that this is going to take a little longer since I am stepping through on a video. And the first few times you use it, it'll take you a little while. But after that, you'll find how quick and easy it is to use. So we'll start out. We open the software. And we're wanting a header image right off the bat. So I suggest a header image. You're dealing with mobile, so make it smaller and keep it around 450 width, somewhere in that area. Experiment with it your first round, and plus I will give you a example file that you can load into the software by simply open and navigate to the folder with the sample file, and it will be the same one I'm building here, so you can follow along in the video and watch how I'm doing it. Okay, so I have chosen my header. Next, simple company name, and always read in the area here and it will tell you what you're doing here. Okay, we're going to make this one very simple. The telephone number, we'll put a test one in here. If you're showing people sites, go ahead and use this number if you're in the US, and it will be a real working number. Okay, the tap to call button color. This can be what it says here. Okay, visual colors: white, blue, red, green, aqua, and orange. All right, so I will choose the D for green. And the page transitions. QikMobi allows you to have some page transitions. Okay, note that on some devices these can be a little flaky. I always suggest experiment around and see which one you like the best. Of course, your customer is going to determine that also. So what we'll do is let's just go with flow on this one. Okay, the content for the main page. All right, now this is below the header and tap to call button. You do not have to have anything at all if you do not want to. It could be a welcome message or whatever you would like. And also, if you're using the simple HTML editor that I have provided, you can use it to have your content. All right, so we could do this. We could just go welcome and thank you for visiting. Again, you do not have to use any content if you do not want to. Some customers would probably prefer to leave this blank on their starting page, the index page. And once we get the site built, you'll see too also. So what we'll do is we will make this into a header where it's larger. If you wanted to, I always leave the font family as is and let the mobile phone determine. That's always generally the best. If I was going to choose a font family, it would probably be, let's see here, I would go with that font, and if you want to increase the size, you can make it a little bit bigger. 12 is probably about right. Okay, let's go ahead and resize this a little bit. What we'll do is now, if we open the source, I've highlighted that with my mouse. I'll do a Control-C. I'll come back here. I'll paste it in. Okay, so there's that. Okay, the index page button colors, same as the tap to call button. You can choose whichever color you like. For this one, I will choose blue. Choose whichever ones you prefer. And I try to, color match. If they've got a regular site, can do that. But for the most part, this software is designed for, let's say for instance, you've got people that have put ads, especially Tupperware, Avon, Crafts and Arts and such, in these little local papers. People are sitting in restaurants and they're reading these papers and most of the people that place the ads do not even have a website listed. This is a great target for this software, for these mobile sites. Okay, so we're just going to leave this as our services. Okay, this is the content for the services page. And what I've done, of course, in advance, and I recommend you do the same, is get some information from the owner of the site, or the owner of the ad, I should say, that you're building for. Get everything ready, okay? So we were on the services page, and I've put a little pre-work here already, I should say. So what I'll do is I will copy this and Control C. I'll go back into my editor here. Let's go ahead and let's just clear this out and start over. Okay, so I'll do a Control V, and I'll post in all of this information right here. Again, I'm not going to format this with text or size. I'm going to leave as is. You do how you would prefer to do. All right, so if I want to use this link, right? So let's go ahead and do a Control C after highlighting it. I'm going to get rid of it since I've got a click here. You could, of course, put tap here, since that's what most of them will be doing. Okay, I've got it highlighted. I'll go up here to my link. I pasted in that URL that I just copied, and I can go to a new window if I'd like. In this case, I will. So here is this. So what we'll do is also, just to show you, let's make that into a bold. And there's that. So we'll go back to our source code, highlight it all, do a Control C, copy. I'm going to go back to my software, paste it in. There's that. Okay, and the about page. So what we'll do is we'll come back over here, and I've already got this for the about page. Going to copy it, and once again I'll open this up. I'm going to go to my source code. Let's go ahead and highlight all of the old stuff. I hit a backspace, got rid of it. I did a Control V, and you'll notice on that one, for some reason, it messed up. And actually, I'm glad it did, because you may have the same problem. Okay, it's easy to fix though. All right, so backspace, and I do an enter, and I go down and I fix what I had already. So there we go. And this happens when you're copy and pasting from text editors and stuff. It's nothing to worry about. All right, so let's see here. Where are we at? The tradition. Here we go. Whoops. And there we go. Okay, so we've got that. Open our source code. You'll notice that it put in the little paragraphs every time that I went back and corrected when I pasted the text in. Do my Control C. We'll do this. Let's go back here. Got that. Let's go to next. Okay, the bottom navigation bar color. All right. Now we've got like a home and call, about, and contact, if I'm not mistaken, in the bottom bar there. And we want that to be a color just like the other tap to call button and the menu buttons. Let's just go with F, and you'll see what color that is here shortly. If you go back to the, if you remember the other ones, it told you that I think F was orange. Okay, social network buttons. I have found that many of these type of people that place these ads do not even deal with social networking. I mean, most of them don't even have a website. So if you're only selling them a simple site, you can upsell them and charge them an extra $10 or $15 to put social networking buttons in. And it's very easy to do. Okay, so I've got this set up here. Let's go ahead and clear all this out. You don't have to go to the source and do it, but that makes sure that you've got a clean slate. All right, and social is very easy. The little template, click this, social icons. There you go. We'll insert them, and there they are. Now, I always, on my account, I use like Photo Bucket or one of those, and I put all of my social icons that I want to use when I'm working on sites there. Let's look at the code real quick here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. See, I'm using here the Photo Bucket, and I've got these all in one place, so they're handy. I don't have to mess around. I can go to Photo Bucket, copy the link, and put it in here. All right, so they're already there. And you'll notice that if you click on this and you go to the image, okay, you've got, tells you the link and the image description. I always recommend you use that. You can resize the dimensions if you want. If I'm not mistaken, these icons are 64 by 64, but I have resized them to 48. And again, the preference. Advanced. Now, I suggest you leave this in here. And what this is there's no border around it, since there's a link there. And the margin 0, leave it. And this 10 pixels, what the 10 pixel is the space in between each one. And what this does is makes it easier for people tapping with their fingers. Since this is a template, just leave it like it is. You can, of course, if you wanted to make more space or less space, change the 10. So we will go back here to Control C. I've copied it. Doing okay. Let's paste this in here. Do not let this code scare you. It's very simple. All you're doing is building it with this editor and pasting it in. All right, link to another site. Now, most of the people I have found in Avon, Tupperware, Arts and Crafts, they may be selling through affiliate links. Most of these people already have a site somewhere. And for instance, with Tupperware, they issue the people that sell it an affiliate site. I would put this down here, okay? Or if they have a regular website, you can put it down here. Should say up here. It appears at the bottom, okay? Okay, next. And their email address for the contact form. Again, right here, all you need to do is enter in the email address they prefer, and they're sent messages. Okay, if you need to place header scripts, or if you wanted to put description, meta tags, or whatever, it would go in this area. You just type it all in like you normally would, and it will be placed within the header. Same thing for a footer. Some people use tracking scripts for visitors and such as. It can be placed in here. All right, now all we're going to do is build it. We're finished. Again, I'll point out that since I'm walking through and having to make this video, if I wasn't having to go through each step and explain it, I would have finished a long time ago. I mean, 6-7 minutes. And so we'll build it. And what we'll do is we'll browse for a folder on our computer. Wherever you keep your files, I suggest you make a folder for like customers on your C drive, and you keep copies of everything there based on their name. Okay, we built it. The folder automatically opens with the ready to go pages. Let me note right now that if you're using Chrome or some of the other browsers, that the index page will not link to these files. Okay, if you open the index, you cannot open contact, about, and services, and that is a problem with actually Chrome and not the site. Chrome does not like, for some reason, jQuery mobile and the way it's laid out when you use it on a local computer. You can use Firefox or some of the others and everything will be fine. That's just a note. Now, don't think there's anything wrong if you open it with Chrome and nothing works. Upload it to a web hosting account, you'll see that everything's fine. Okay, let's take a look at what we built. Okay, this is, I don't have a simulator handy right now on this computer, so I've opened up Firefox and minimized it so you can get an idea of what this looks like, okay? And the tap to call buttons are not going to work in browsers. It just doesn't work. You need to be using a mobile phone or a simulator. Right, and again, this header is not the best header in the world, but you'd be surprised at what these Tupperware people are using. So this actually will look great. All right. Moving along, and of course the tap to call button, there's the color that we chose, and here's our menu colors that we chose. Here is our social buttons, and again, not everyone uses those. You could actually charge a little extra for those if you wanted to. And there's a tap to call. I mean, this button is fully, if they tap it with their finger, it's going to open their dialer. So our services, there's our services page, just like we entered it. Okay, here's our about page, just like we entered it. And this is the bottom navigation bar that I chose to be this color. It could be the same if you prefer. It could be the same color as this. It could be green, all up to you. All right, fully working contact form. And it is built so they have to enter the correct fields. And this is sent, the message is sent to the email address that we entered. And that's it. I mean, people are begging for stuff like this. Once you show this to them, they will want it. It's something that I can do over and over and over at any time I choose to sell. I mean, if I've got a slow period, I can build these left and right. I can take a ride and go pick up the little local free papers and just pick ads out and tell these people, let me show you how to monetize your ad that you've got with nothing information in there. Just call me, because people have mobile phones in their hands when they're reading those papers. Most of them do. All right, now this is getting a little longer than I wanted, but I want you to understand how simple it is. And once you build these sites, I can do these in 5 minutes building, and it doesn't take me but about 10 or 15 to actually gather the content to build it. I mean, it's just that simple. Okay, let's go over a couple of other things about videos and such as. If you're interested in learning about videos and adding some images, watch the next video, and I will talk about the more advanced in that one. Thanks for watching.